So the story is whoever fucking built that house probably still lives there. I've never been able to get a hold of them.
Door knock it?
Like I made $100,000 within 3 months. Well, the first 2 months I made nothing. Then that third month I made over 100,000 in 1 month.
From the flip?
That was a wholesaling depot. Somebody was.
What's going on, everybody? We have something extremely special today. This is something I've been trying to do for so long. My top student of all time, Luke, here in town, literally no real estate experience, to now, last month, making over $500,000, mid 400s in actual profit, okay? Again, complete beginner to multi six figures a month in profit. So if you guys wanna learn exactly how he did that and how you could possibly do it as well, you're gonna wanna stay tuned.
I have skills now that no matter what's happening,
Right.
I will be able to make a lot of money doing
Right.
it. I have zero fear because I'm like, I know I can go make $1 million a year doing fucking anything.
That's the thing is just wholesaling has so many skills that you like build on top of it, right? Whether it's like sales and marketing or just running a team, where those are transferable to anything. Gamble, you're gonna get shit all over his white pants, bro. Those are nice pants. I like those. Gamble, come here. Come up here. Come on. Gamble.
I'll play with you.
The cribs you can get in Atlanta for like
Crazy.
$3 million.
Yeah.
You get like a fucking 6,000 square foot new build.
Yeah.
Like,
That's
$3
why I love that
million.
market.
Same with Texas. You can get 7,500 square foot new builds within 45 minutes of downtown Dallas for under $2 million.
Right.
And they are baller houses.
Yeah.
But the cost of materials just are so much cheaper than they are here. And they're not using nearly as nice materials as here.
This
The
house,
cabinetries aren't custom in most of those. You're buying 40 acres and subdividing it up, and each one you're getting for under $50,000. When you're buying land here for $3 million, the total project cost on the back end is going to be substantially higher when your acquisition cost is 50 times as high.
Top 3 markets.
Here, Florida,
well,
Where in Florida, though?
I would say, because if I'm picking
I wouldn't do Fort Lauderdale, honestly.
Marco Island and dude, Jupiter.
Yeah.
Jupiter, bro.
Yeah.
Houses that are fucking 10, that like 12 to $15 million, they seem like they move really fast there.
Yeah.
Is that
And-
well known? Because I don't hear a lot of people talk about Jupiter.
Bro, Jupiter is just like, it's golfers. It's the Scottsdale of, and it's right next to Wellington.
It's where every
the
pro
horse.
golfer lives.
No, I know it's hot. I just don't know, like, in luxury, if a lot of people know that.
It's just a very, I feel like a who knows who kind of market where like a lot of the people are, which I guess is kind of similar with here.
Yeah.
Right.
Like
Paradise Valley, the cat's out of the bag, though.
Yeah.
Like, people know this place is just insane. Scottsdale is the number 2 place in the entire, not the country, the world, that millionaires are moving over the last year, which is
sense.
insane.
Like, why would you not want to move here?
Yeah.
So the story is whoever fucking built that house probably still lives there, and I've never been able to get a hold of them.
Door knock it?
Is that something you guys want to see us do? We've actually been talking about possibly coming through and door knocking all of these properties that we've been trying to get a hold of for years that are, they're some of the first properties that were built out here. They're still there and they're honestly run down. And it's like, we could give these people literally life-changing amounts of money for the house and then turn it into something where somebody can go, build something that's worth, like that house could literally be a $20 million house.
Yeah.
Like that lot.
Yeah. That lot is probably something we could lock up for north of $4 million. Most of our stuff in PV we sell for between $3 and $4.5 million for dirt.
Yeah.
And then they're exiting for 15 to 25 million.
I don't think I'm in those leagues yet.
No, but we get a ton of remodel stuff.
Sub 5 mil though?
Yeah. Like, would you do a new build in Arcadia Light or something
Yes.
that's like $3.5 million exit,
Yes.
$4 million exit?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely, yes.
Cool. We get a ton of those.
Absolutely. Love it.
Like the
I'm tired
10,000
of
square foot
flipping-
lots there
I'm
and
tired of
stuff. Yeah.
flipping these, these little houses, bro. I've been doing that for 13 years.
Yeah.
It's time to step up to the big leagues.
Yeah.
All right.
I did a $1.7 million deal with Kiavi in Berkeley, California. What's this? What's this? I kept it. That was so
Damn.
About 720 something was profit.
Holy crap.
Yeah, that's a check I kept. Oh no, it's backwards. I think you got it backwards.
No, I'm just showing it.
Oh god, no, show the whole thing.
Oh, there we go. There we go.
The check numbers.
That's a big check,
That's
man.
all gone.
Hey, screenshot this and get a direct deposit on your bank account.
I did a deal earlier in Scottsdale, a little luxury spot over in where was
It's South Scottsdale, right by McDowell and 52nd Street.
Yeah.
look at that one. That was February of earlier this year.
Oh yeah.
Wait, from the flip?
That was a wholesale deal. Somebody was. I was gonna flip it. Yeah, I was gonna flip it. Somebody was begging me
Dude,
to
oh,
get
he
that
just
deal.
threw a Lambo on one wholesale deal, bro.
Right there, yeah.
400 about 7,000 in profit, 535,000 in revenue. 2 of the deals were over six figures in spread. Got successful pretty quickly. Like I made $100,000 within 3 months. Well, the first 2 months I made nothing. Then that third month I made over 100,000 in 1 month. Then some other personal things came up. I had a lot of things that came up that were out of my control from a medical standpoint and just a financial standpoint. And I got wiped. And I had to start over from zero. The deals weren't going through. I mean, there was title issue after title issue. It was just kind of bad luck. And it was kind of testing if I could do it twice.
You're somebody who, got successful, lost it, and had to make it back with just a few $1,000s. And now, doing better than ever before. What advice would you give to somebody who's starting, who just has a couple $1,000s of how do you go from ground zero to at least where, you're consistently pulling in deals a month and, you're making a couple $100,000 a year?
Yeah, you need to have the right expectations. You need to be patient. A lot of people want it now, and if they don't get it now, they quit. You have to have the right expectations. I was not going to stop. I did everything I could. Like I said, I was working 18 hours a day. You don't have to do that. I was willing to do it. You have to be willing to do it though. You have to be willing to do whatever it takes to be successful. And I felt like if I did that, I was definitely going to get to where I wanted to go as fast as possible. And so, and I just was so upset that I didn't, that I had to start over.
Oh, yeah.
And so I was like, I'm not doing this again. I'm going to fix it. I'm going to fix it now. So I just had a relentless belief in myself that I was going to fix it, and I did whatever I could to do that. And a lot of people are looking at content nowadays and they just see the highlights and they're just like, oh, I need that now.
Yeah.
And it takes so many people, decades to be successful.
Yeah.
So if you can do it in 6 months, like you can in real estate, just give it 6 months, give it 3 months, but stop expecting you're 4 weeks in that you're not going to get there.
Yeah.
So the right expectations is key. And then just the ability to keep asking questions and grow and just never be satisfied with the knowledge that you have, be a sponge of information. To go back to 2024, those rough moments of seeing every deal not go through, seeing my bank account withdrawals, business account withdrawals, all my credit cards maxed out, my credit score plummeting every single day. I had 5 contracts going through title, sellers got a lien, they got this problem, they're underwater, it's not gonna close. I'm like, oh my God, I'm about to, this would change my life, I gotta file, I'm borderline having to file for bankruptcy in the next few weeks, and just problem after problem after problem. And now people say how can you manage, a $500,000 top line per month? How can you manage, all these people? You have no operator, you have no partner, you have no C-suite team. It's just dude, I was managing that, right? So you can always look at your situation and how difficult it was and just feel woe is me, this is so hard. But I was like, dude, once I get over that, I get over this situation, everything else is going to be so easy.
Yeah.
Because it's okay, maybe one deal falls apart, but now I have so much money. I remember when that deal fell apart, that could have been my life. That was everything.
Yeah.
And so when I kept seeing these deals fall apart, I just was I know once I hit it, everything's going to become so much easier. So I'm just going to keep going. And then once the luck gets back on my side, it'll be fine.
I was skeptical on the coaching space before I got into it with Tyson. I'll be honest. I was like, I just want to make sure these people can get results.
Right.
Seeing the people's lives changed like this and having them tell you, like, you know what, my life is so different today than it used to be. And hearing you at dinner last night, like, talk about how different your life is now, and like, I will forever be indebted to Tyson and like everything he taught me. It is so cool to be able to do that for other people. And you're doing it for your employees now. Like, the ripple effect from learning from Tyson to now teaching other people are making 40 grand a month working for you.
Right. Yeah. We had an acquisition guy make 40,000 in June.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
That's
But with Tyson, dude, like, it's forever indebted, because the thing about Tyson, and you as well, but obviously I worked with Tyson early on. I was his first student. Dude, like, he never wanted anything but the best for me.
Yeah.
Like, dude, there's no, like, and he saw how successful I was getting, and he was like, yeah, well, like, how about we, do this or do this? Like, he just wanted me to be over, like, he wanted the best for me immediately, and did not care about, like, what the return was going to be for him. A lot of people ask me, they're like, hey, is the situation with Tyson legit? And I was just like, dude, like, how is it not legit? Like, you know what I mean? Like, what more do you need to see from me? But of course, like, I get it. There's a lot of, but it makes sense why they're asking these questions, because now that I'm plugged in, to the industry, so many people are lying
full of shit
about their results. It's insane. Like, I know a guy who was, selling deals for a dispo. I mean, he was dispo for for an owner, and he would just go on social media claiming it was his deals, and he was just selling them on the dispo side. It's like, dude, you're not running the business. But and then he started selling courses related to that, and I was like, dude, this is nonsense. You don't know what it's like to manage an overhead and run a business. Like, you're just selling the deal, and he's not telling people that.
I think you should have to open up your books, like, in order to coach other people. It's like, go show the deals you did. Show me their best year. Yeah. And if it's credible, you can go do your thing. What would you say to someone that was scared about getting into this space? Because I see where they're coming from. Someone that's in corporate America that's 28 years old, they've been going into the cubicle every day, 9 to 5, and having that security. Like, it does feel nice. It ain't all sunshine and rainbows over here on the entrepreneurial side.
No, and exactly right. And I think that reality is happiness minus expectations, or whatever it is, right? So if you expect that it's going to be easy, and you get into it and it's a lot harder, you're going to think it's 10 times harder than it actually is, because you expected it to be a breeze. Yeah. And you should have never even expected it to be like that, right? Yeah. So I think the reason why people get into this is they think that, like, you can just get in, people are going to do stuff for you, it's just going to be easy, you'll make a few calls, you'll make money, there's no stress. It's like, if that was the case, everybody would do it. But the reality is, that's every industry. It's going to be difficult no matter what you choose. It's going to be hard no matter what you want. Now, if you want to make like $50K a month, it could be, easier, right? If you want to make hundreds of thousands a month, like, it's going to be a significant amount of stress, pressure, because you're responsible for all these things, and there's, problems that you don't maybe know how to put out yet. And if you want to scale quickly, it's going to be more difficult. It could be easy, but just go into it thinking it's going to be harder than it is, so that when it becomes a lot easier than you think, you're like, oh, I can handle this. Let's 3X next month, right? But you're shooting yourself in the foot. One of the things I haven't really shared with you was, I didn't know what I was going to do. So I had 10 different industries that I was thinking of going into, and it was just like being so selfless. Like, dude, I text him now, and like, I know he's busy, and like, he responds to me within like seconds, and it's just like, he's never been so caring, and I know he's got 1,000 other things to do, and if I call him for a question, like, he's gonna fucking answer the phone. And dude, I just don't think anyone is doing that with a student that came in 2 years ago.
I mean, don't get me wrong, especially now at the point where I've legitimately thousands of people that I've taught, right? And some of them are a pain in the ass because they ask stupid fucking questions, and it's like, look, I'm still here for you, I still got you, I still love you, and I'm gonna fucking do that, but I mean, again, we like business. I like this for a reason. I like the problem solving. And would you call me because it's like, hey, we got this deal in Denver. This shit's fucking going haywire. What do you think about this? And it's fun to, get in and solve these problems. And so that's where it's, like, also, I just feel like we're much more of just like colleagues,
But you don't give yourself enough credit, because, I mean, the amount of like, expectations that people put on you to like answer every single nuance and every single question, and to be able to be so responsive and like put yourself in those situations where like, you know, just the amount of just the amount of people that like don't want to take that first step, ask 1,000 questions before they even made a call, and just have the patience. Like, I mean, there's just so many people that just don't want to go through that. And so they'll just, you know, give a few pieces of information and then just kind of say like, I hope you're good. Most couldn't give a shit. Right. And, I think that's the reason why education has gotten the reputation it has, and why a lot of people who are debating, you know, because it's a big step to quit your job that you're comfortable at, right? Yeah. They're in a good situation, but they're not in a great situation, yeah. Right? The enemy of great is good, right? And they're like, I mean, I'm, you know, at a 7 out of 10, 6 out of 10, I could be better. I could be making life-changing money, change my family's life, change my life forever. But like all this shit is a scam. They're just making money off of me. I'm not gonna invest the time, because most people don't care. And so once you find the right coaches that actually care about your success, it'll change everything. You just have to know who's real and who's not real, because they're right. 90% of it's bullshit. Yeah. Like 95%. Right. But if you find the 5-10% that are truly doing the right things, like you'll be good.
The truth will always prevail with people too. Like you can watch the rise and fall. There could be a documentary on the rise and fall of people in the real estate space, because there's a lot of people who say they do things and they portray themselves one way on the screen, but behind closed doors, their life is like in chaos, dude. And it's nothing like what they say. And they don't do what they preach. That's the difference between like other coaches as well. And Tyson and I, is we're consistently still doing deals, and our students are all doing deals, and we're all like working simultaneously. I mean, I see Instagram ads all the time for coaches like, oh, this student closed a 15K deal. This one closed a 22K deal. And it's like, that's cool. Right. They have to close 4 to 5. Right. For every average deal that we have, which is like 120 grand. And we have students all day that are in their first 90 days closing multiple $100,000 deals.
And there's more problems to get those 15K deals closed.
Way more problems, dude. You're talking with...
There's so much bullshit to deal with the seller. Oh, yeah. The buyers are trickier.
You can't even compare the two. The problems are just different in luxury. They still exist, and you still have just as many. Right. But they're not like problems. They're fun to solve.
They're fun. They're
not like, oh my gosh, this person's going into bankruptcy. Oh, their sister's suing them for the property because they weren't in the will. All these title nightmares.
With traditional, it's all stress. Yeah. It's all like, it's just pain.
Bro, it's literally like somebody's life is fucking ending every single time.
Right? Yeah. Some of the situations are so devastating and sad that there's sometimes nothing you can do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I've had a couple deals and one thing I just will say is I don't like when people retrade deals with sellers where they're already making a really good fee and there's no reason to retrade. If a reason comes up from a buyer, I'm always like, all right. But I'll have, like, I know one other guy that did what I did before I started in luxury, or we started about the same time. I had a JV deal with him. We were making 100 each on it. And 3 days before closing, he's like, yo, these people really need it closed because they already have non-refundable on their next property. Let's like get 150K reduction, or tell them we can't close and they're going to lose their earnest money. And I was just like, dude, we are both winning right now, and so are the sellers, and they're thrilled. Right. Why would we ever do that? Right. That's crazy. That's just bad business. But people do little things like that. And I think it comes back to bite you in the butt. I really do. I don't think you can treat people. You have to have a genuine care for people, and you're going to get more deals doing that because people can tell. They can decipher on the phone if you're legit and you're like how you're talking to them. Right, and then or if you don't give a crap.
Those referral leads are great deals too. And like I've had sellers where, like if you've been in the business long enough, then the deals just come to you and there's no overhead and it's just like they trust you and it's an easy negotiation and you just get it done. Yeah.
I don't run as many smarter contact campaigns as I used to, because I get deals from students. I get other developers. They'll say, hey, I passed on this deal. If you sell it, just like throw me a bone type thing. And you can get up to a place in business where it's like you can get to the point where you're doing half your business off referrals.
Yep.
And it shows that you did good business. You'll never do that if you do bad business with people and burn bridges, because especially in luxury markets, I will say, it's a small world.
Right.
Like there's only in Paradise Valley, Arizona, 15 developers that do more than a couple projects a year. There's not a ton of them, but there's some that do a ton, and then there's a bunch of one-off people that do raise capital for and do a project. But you screw over one of those 15 people that's a big buyer, they spread the word to 5 of their friends, and it's like, is it really worth it for a little extra money?
Right. Developers are easy to work with, like they've been saying. They don't care about the fee as much. I mean, if any. A flipper is definitely looking at your fee, and they'll get to the closing table and won't close if you're making an amount that they think is too much, even if the deal makes sense to them, right? And a developer is closing the deal if it makes sense for them, regardless of the fee. And I think that's critical, because you could have spent so much time getting this deal put together, and if everybody's saying it makes sense, and you're just upset that they're making a little bit more than what you want them to make, and you're going to blow the deal up at the end after spending 60 days working on the file, just because of greed. I mean, that can be devastating, and I mean, it's a momentum killer, and it can, especially if you got acquisitions people that you got to pay. Like I have a whole company, so I got salespeople I got to pay on these deals. I got a dispo guy, I got a TC, I got an assistant, I got all these other people that I got to get paid. And if these deals don't close just because because of that, that's crushing.
What percent of the deals that you contract do you get to the closing table?
Well, because we're in Philly, because Philly has so many title issues.
Yeah.
It was tough because of Philadelphia. So if we take Philadelphia out, it's about 70%.
That's really good.
If we put Philadelphia in, it goes below 50%.
Yeah, that's still
like
good.
40-45%. I mean, if you're contracting deals in Philadelphia, you'd be lucky to close 20% of them.
Yeah.
It's probably an unpopular opinion, but I think having a 50% close rate in traditional wholesaling is good.
Yeah, I think that is good.
It's really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I might not be tracking if our acquisitions got locked it up too high and just did not know.
Dude, but there's so many people that lock up properties for way too much.
Yeah, I cut a few of those. If I get it instantly and I just know off the rip, we can't move this deal, that doesn't really count as a true contract in the KPIs. So it's kind of irrelevant. We just tell the seller, hey, we made a mistake, miscalculation here.
Can I turn it down?
Our apologies. But if we get pictures and it's gotten through the process, then it's over 50%.
Dude, these people had been through the ringer. They had a wholesaler that tied up their property and canceled the day before closing. And they had a provision in the contract, the wholesaler did, that they could cancel up until the day of closing, which the poor sellers, they're very old and didn't know any better and signed this contract. They had moving boxes packed. They went under contract again at a lower price with the same wholesaler who posed as a different company.
Yeah.
And didn't get the deal done again. They lost earnest money on their property. They were going to buy a condo and retire in Florida.
Yeah.
I mean, when I went to their house, they were terrified. I just did a testimonial with him, and they were terrified to sign a contract with me because they were like, we have been through the ringer. And I was like, look at me. I promise you, we're going to get this done. I had my developer put up $100,000 non-refundable, and then he released it to him right away. He was like, hey, this will hit your bank account. This should put you guys at ease. But to do that to people, dude,
they released the EMD.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, we do that all the time.
Wow.
On our deals. Yeah. They'll release EMD to people. I've even got, on long closes, I get my fee released. I'll have him put up enough earnest money that covers my whole fee.
Yeah.
And all you have to get is a contract signed with the title company for an early release of funds. Because technically, if the deal doesn't end up closing, someone doesn't want to sign, they have to let the parties know.
Right.
But I've gotten my assignment fee early too from people. So there's definitely things you can do. But I have zero respect for people that are gonna take an older seller like that to the closing table two times and cancel last minute. knowing like they have earnest money up for another property, and moving boxes packed. I mean,
That same guy I played golf with one time, and dude, we were playing like a fun like it wasn't a charity scramble, but it was like a scramble like tournament kind of thing, and he cheated so much, and then basically he got pissed that we didn't win and was like telling the guy who was running it, he was like, all these other people are cheating, and I'm sitting here like, you were cheating the entire time.
dude, I will say I've heard a lot of stories about business people golfing, and they're like, that's something they look at. If you have to cheat in golf, it's supposed to be a fun game. It's competitive,
literally
obviously.
a game. Like,
Yeah, it's a game though, and we're adults. You're gonna cheat in everything else in life. And when he told me that, I was like, yep, that adds up.
Right.
Same guy who would do that kind of thing would also screw a seller.